Fair enough.
The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield. The charm tree isn't supporting us.
I told you that.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree?
I do want... The Inquisition is seen as an authority.
If that means they're in a...
Ha! There aren't many mages back home like me.
I'd believe that. So we're doomed?
Not at first. Thing is, not that this is reason to oppress us. Still,
It occurs to...
beyond my...
Beyond that.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed.
I'm well aware...
Of course I believe you. Now, I am the... Naturally, that's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Need...
What do you mean?
The great... My mother. They wanted a... They got me. A cautionary tale.
Why would your...
Because I... If they had... We'd live... I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from...
I'm getting...
On the... So, we not everyone feels that way.
It just...
It might... We are... We treasure... And if I truly believed my homeland was beyond...
Why
Not that it matters. I'm sure some magisters would disagree. But that's why we kill them.
I think I...
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself. You know, Ralph? So I take it you're... Dalish? Is that the correct word here?
Yes, that's right.
We don't have Dalish clans coming northward, for obvious reasons. So I've never met one of your people before, although I've heard about them. Little. I hope this won't be an issue between us. I am here to help you deal with the Venatori, after all.
And I appreciate your help, Dorian.
Excellent. Mutual appreciation is a grand way to begin.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Just how often is blood magic...
Oh,
Not at...
that's, of course, what people call blood magic.
What's con...
Blood. The problem, that's what behind. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does.
You'd think that...
I imagine they did. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. And most of them probably innocent.
There must be some...
Of course. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
That's all I...
Fair enough. You know, Rob,
Here we are again.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Popular topic. Anything specific?
That's all...
Fair enough. As you wish. You seem very interested in my opinions.
I'd like to ask you about...
Popular topic. Anything specific?
And?
Not personal. Back home, it's... how it is. Slaves are everywhere.
That's it!
In the South. Back home, some slaves are treated poorly, it's true.
I suppose...
I don't know what it... but I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that
It seems straight...
I find it... the Magisterium rules. That Magisters are all made...
What is...
The up... those... It's odd that outside the Imperium...
If you're not a...
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good...
I've never...
Upper... If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's...
I thought the...
Even so. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties.
If it's a...
Yes, let me put it... If you're not... The idea that anyone could be a mage, how...
Can...
Tech. More... So they... Poor sods don't realize that means...
Being a...
I imagine... Counting... If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, you're out.
Let me ask you something else.
Of course. I'd think they won't. Secretly. Many Magisters will rejoice at the idea.
It would be...
I think we've been... else. Let's not forget that the Inquisition seemed...
We're not part...
You think that... The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smack... I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
There's an Imperial Chantry, isn't there? With its own divide?
You people aren't. If you mention... But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it.
Is the...
Not in... fact, perhaps it started with good intentions.
There are...
We don't... We have Templar. They watch... Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. But
You...
in the... It all stems from a disagreement over...
Why...
It's not... Down... We feel... So we elected a man as divine.
So the...
Or... Don't think... Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne.
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the Chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the South. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
I'm not surprised. It's not an opinion you should share.
You did ask, if you'll recall. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
I'm not sure about that myself.
Doubt is good. I like doubt. It will keep you sane. Me? I've seen too much to believe I know everything. The world is bigger than I am. Even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe. But I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.